Right, no messing about. I haven't got time to mess about. I'm with two legends right now. Now, I'll be the first to say my Bhangra history education is not as deep as others would like to think, but we're about to get educated right now, and it's only right we got the pioneers to educate people like me and the brothers and sisters back home. What's happening, brothers? New album. Talk to me.
How you doing, bro?
I'm very well.
Well, welcome to the studio, man. You know, this is the...
You know what? I'm trying to see the studio, but
yeah.
your watch is so shiny,
Yeah, man.
I can't see things.
Hey, that's what I'm all about, bling bling, baby.
And him as well. So, so I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. man.
Let's get straight into it. Everyone's been waiting for the album. They're even telling me about it. I do hip hop, and they're like telling me, find out.
Yeah.
You know?
The new album's coming up after three and a half years. It's called Maharajas. Of course, Mr. Sukhshinder Shinda done the music. Ustad Shri Kuldeep Manik is featured on it. He's my idol, he's my mentor, he's my Ustadji. Looked up to this guy all my life, and here I've got a chance to sing with him. So we've got 6 tracks together with him and his son Yudhvir Manik, and 6 by myself. So I mean, this is a dream come true for me, man. You know what I mean? Maharajas, baby.
Well, let me ask you then. First things first, let's take it back. Why that title?
I think they call me Crown Prince of Bhangra. Yeah, of course they call Ustadji Kaliyan da Badshah, which is like, you know, Badshah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You know, then you got Master Man himself. You know, we've been working for 17 years. So we discussed it and said, you know what? This is it, Maharajas.
The kings are here.
The kings
ready
are
to
here,
do
baby,
this.
you know. Hail.
Makes sense. Now, you told me off camera this is your 14th album? Is that
This is my 14th album, studio, like 4. I'm not even talking about singles in there, you know, and 3 of them are religious albums in there. Rest of them is like, you know, Bhangra.
So I have to ask you, I mean, what keeps you going?
What people, fans, because obviously, you know, like you said it off the camera, you never heard me before. You heard only Rambo.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. I had a lot of criticism when I did Rambo because people thought, oh, I'm going off the track.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a folk star. I shouldn't sing like that. But you know, I grew fans with Rambo more than the other ones because the new generation. You know what I mean, hip hop and stuff like that.
Me personally, I used to be a bouncer at the Ministry of Sound, so this is my story. And when you came in once, I was actually doing your security and stuff, and I've never seen the stage and the people, the sea of people, and I had to pay attention. I'm like,
I remember those days, man.
I had people like Puff Daddy, T-Pain, I used to look after Missy Elliott, and you was getting, if not more love than these people were getting from their market, from your market, and that was incredible. You know, just to see that love that you was getting. And this is genuine love. This is not me talking rubbish. Like, I see it with my own eyes. I have to stop and say, yo, like, who is this guy? Like, what's going on?
Yes, that's how it started, man. My first album, we made the poster. It said, "Who is Jazzy B?"
Oh.
There you go. So, you know, we just started with that. Like, people wonder who I am. And 17 years, here I am, man. Sitting still in the same studio, Planet Studio. Still rocking away.
It's a legendary studio though, right?
Yeah, man. Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan was recorded in that booth, man, you know? So it's, wow, it's like Bali Sagu, all the big names, man, been here. And, you know, we're still rocking together.
I got to bring
That's
in,
the thing, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other king here.
Yeah, man.
The guy that's behind the scenes, but he comes in front of the scenes sometimes. Brother, talk to me. How do you feel about this album?
First, man.
Pleasure, sir. How is it for you to come into this project, and what are your feelings coming into this project?
Well, like I said, I've been working with my man from 89, you know, I know him. From 89 back in Vancouver when I used to go travelling with the bands, you know, do shows. And like I said, the living legend, Kuldeep Manik. For me, sorry, man.
See, look at this, look at this, look at this.
It's ringing. Don't worry.
If it's females,
put it on silent.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyway.
That's all right. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on, brother.
Like I'm saying, for me, the living legend, Kuldeep Manik, on this album, like it's Jazzy B, wasn't for Kuldeep Manik, he wouldn't be singing, you know.
Yeah.
He says that, and I say that as well, you know, because that's who he idolizes, man. Kuldeep Manik, he's the man.
Yeah.
And his son, Yudhvir Manik. He's, you know what I mean, Manik Saab's legacy, Kuldeep Manik and Yudhvir Manik and Jazzy B on one album, man. That says it all, man. Maharajas. And the album, Kaliyan, people who know Punjabi folk music, they'll know this is a particular style of singing, lyrically based, you know. So you're talking about stories, real people such as Surma, Dulla Patti, these kind of...
there's a lot of stories like, you know, Heer Di Ping, Ranje Da Patka, as, you know, such as Surma, Dulla Patti. It's all story-based lines.
Story-based songs rather than not just about, you know, I mean, girls about singing females and dancing songs, which there are some dancing songs, but mostly it's that old style, trying to bring that back, you know. And we recorded this album with the more live instruments, like it used to be recorded in that time, you know. I mean, obviously at that time there was you'd have about 5-6 musicians in one room and the singer, and you'd record it. If it takes 5 minutes, that's it. It's 5 minutes. It's done, man. No mixing, no nothing, man. So we try to keep this real original sound, more original instruments, tabla, tulki, tol, harmonium, tumbi, mandolin. So the instruments that were used at that time, that's what kind of bring back on this album.
Yeah. Let me ask you, given the way the music's changing right now, there's a lot of, you know, stuff that is not live now, you know, everyone's using drum machines and whatnot, and it seems to be urban slants on a lot of things these days that I'm seeing. Is it kind of daring for you to take it into a folk kind of avenue, or are you quietly confident that, you know, this is where we came from, this is our roots, so we're going to stick to what we truly believe?
I say, like Indian music, man, is so rich, you understand? It's like the culture is so rich, man. So I can never forget that, man, you know. And when I hear the sounds of these instruments, man, the tabla or the harmonium or the sarod or any sarangi, sitar, man, it's so rich, man. You understand?
Yeah.
I feel something here, man. Rather than the keyboard, you know, you can play sitar on the keyboard, flute, but you know that
obviously
thing,
it doesn't.
A real guy playing
the
thing, man. You understand? Feeling, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. Let me ask you, Jazzy. Obviously, when I see you, there's a lot of urban influence in you, where you dress and, you know, you change, which is all good.
Yeah.
When you're doing like a folk album like this, how do you feel? You know, do you feel, you know, this is the right way to go, or do you feel this is just for a specific market and I'll get back to doing that kind of market, or do you just follow your heart?
Well, I do. I obviously follow my heart, because I started with the traditional sound, Kugiyan Da Joda, you know, back in '93, and I still either play at the wedding or gigs at Medley, where I'm playing, I still have to play that song. So that's the love. And especially after Rambo, I think a lot of fans who grew up with me, with my music, now they've got the kids, you know, they've got 12, 13 years old kids. And they're like, you know, Jazzy, you should do a traditional stuff. And of course, I always wanted to work with Ustad Ji anyways. And we done like on Tolbit 2, only one song, Dulla. So this album's like, for me, it's really special. It's from the heart. And I'm sure people will appreciate that. And you'll feel the love my man put into him.
Yeah, Rock Swayer, baby! Who wants some? You want some?
You know, this is just for a special tape, man.
Yeah.
Because you don't get tapes like this, man. It's very, you know what I mean? And this is the Kuldeep Manik, and we're trying to bring the old style back. And so there's new, I mean, like you were saying, there's one or two with the rap songs as well, you know, because we've got for the youngsters as well, but the main is traditional.
Yeah,
folk.
the folk, the bass is folk, but we do got a couple of tracks,
you know. Everybody, you know?
Yeah,
like yourself, man.
Yeah, no, I love flavour. I love flavour.
Don't worry, we got something for you, man.
Don't trust me. I want to hear something.
You gotta guess who's on the rap.
All right.
Guess who.
Say no more. I wanna get them to play us some exclusive, but let me just finish off with one question real quickly. There's only one Kuldeep Manik, right? Is there only one Jazzy B?
I don't know, man. That's up to the people.
For me personally, yes, obviously, but I would like, you know, how do you feel?
Well, I feel like I think, you know, I feel proud. You know, I see so many people in India, like in the villages.
I was going to actually get to that.
Man,
people
you know?
were telling me when Jazzy colours his hair, half India colours his hair.
Yeah, man, it's going green now, man, you know?
I mean, how much power, I mean, do you actually feel that power that you can actually change lives like that?
Yeah,
you can give so much hope to people that were you know, that have not had the lives that we may have had.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, just by colouring your hair, you can give that warmth. I mean, how does it feel to have that power? I mean, it's not a power that I would say to be egotistical about, but you know, what does it feel like to you?
Well, I feel blessed. You know, when I see, like, I'll give you an example. In India, you know, they go to a barber shop, they go, Jazzy barge baal cut de. They're like, oh, give me Jazzy cut. So they know what they want, and you know, and I don't get jealous when people are trying to copy whatever they're doing things. I feel like I'm blessed, man. You know, if you know, somebody's earning because of me or my look, you know, they're trying to imitate me, whatever. Yeah. But you know, it's all good.
He is the only one. Yeah. Because he brought more than music to the Bhangra industry. You know, he brought style, man. He brought charisma. And when you see this guy on stage, he's on fire, man. You know.
I've seen it.
And even when he was just singing in the rooms, you know what I mean? People got like this, man. Because he had power and that's something, you know, that's natural. And then a lot of people try to copy. Well, that's up to them, you know. Everyone follows someone, you know, like you followed Khalid Man, and you got a lot of guys trying to follow Jazzy B, maybe with the style or with the singing or with the talking style, whatever.
All I gotta say is often imitated, never duplicated.
Never duplicated. I was just going to say that because I think for you, I personally think it's a nice thing.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, it's a nice feeling when you see people like...
Because no matter what happens, people have to go to their roots and say, you know what,
definitely.
I started this. And someone like Jazzy brought in that character, brought in the charisma. And
I always say to the youngsters, man, you have to try it out there. Like, you have to dream. You know, like when I started, I remember like in Canada, people used to make fun of my hair, like, oh, you know, all the old people like, ki tum baal kitna de kar le, why are you doing that? But no, I stuck to it. I never changed my hairstyle. Yes, my singing was very folk, but I didn't change my image. I was dressed like a hip hop. That's who I was. You know, I grew up listening to Eazy-E, Tupac, you know what I mean? The old school NWA, man, you know what I mean? Dr. Dre, all of those guys. I was always, it's either in my car is Astaji's tapes or hip hop. That's all I used to listen to. And I think that influenced in my music. You could feel it.
That's fantastic. Now, I have to bring this up. I was watching a documentary once, I think it was Channel 5. And they were, I don't know if you've seen this, they were documenting the world's shortest guy.
Yeah.
The world's shortest guy.
Romeo.
Now, hold on. The world's smallest guy. I don't know how tall he was, bless him, he was that little.
Yeah, he's about that, man. I can hold him like.
Now, in his town, he was being ridiculed for what, 20 years? They were saying that his parents didn't let him out his house because they were, I wouldn't say ashamed, but you know, we know how people can be.
Yeah.
Now, how amazing is it that he basically started to dressed like Jazzy and started to dance like Jazzy, and he was heavily influenced. The only thing that kind of kept him going was watching Jazzy B videos.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say, like, how amazing is that to you that now this kid can now go around the world.
Yeah.
He can now live a life.
Yeah.
You know, and be blessed to provide for his family.
Yeah.
Based on one person, Jazzy B.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, I met him, I met his parents, I went down to his house. Every time we have a show in India, he comes on and people just go like, he stands on my hand and dances. Yeah. And people like, I mean, it's just a wonderful feelings. And there's so many people like that. There's another guy, he's handicapped, couldn't talk. And he kept calling the office. He wanted to see me, whatever, because all he did was listen to my music. Yes, I called him in my office. I met him, and now that guy can talk. He can fluently talk, and to me, it's like wow, you know. So this guy's like, it's a wonderful feeling. You can't describe it, man. You know what I mean? How people look up to me, and it's only because of music. You know what I mean? So I always say, thank God, man. You know, I got this. You know, seriously.
No, it's true. I mean, I saw that documentary. I was like, so I have to give you the most props. I mean, I've said it once. I'm from a hip hop background, but I know the roots and the power that these two bring. But talk is cheap. I want to hear some music. I think we smoothed them out enough. I think we smoothed them out enough.